How's it going, everyone? What is up? What is up? Chop, chop. Let's get this thing going. Brad keeping me on schedule. Not really. 3 minutes late. Sorry. My wife went and showed some properties, and I was left with the dogs. And then the computer, no excuse, was charging, and I opened it up, and it had to freaking install updates. So sorry. A couple minutes late, guys. Couple minutes late. But yeah, big news. Big news from Toyota today with a little sneak peek of the rear seat of the Grand Highlander. So, and with that too, they said that they're going to reveal it on February 8th, a little bit before the Chicago Auto Show. And I will be up there for the Chicago Auto Show. So I will definitely make sure that I get you guys tons of content on the Grand Highlander. So that is one of the first things saying 2023 Toyota Grand Highlander 3-row. Could it be bigger than the Kia Telluride and Hyundai Palisade? I don't know. We'll have to see. I think it's going to be skinnier potentially than those two, but we'll see. So I don't think that we will have a wide, bigger than Sequoia SUV when it comes to the Grand Highlander. I think the Grand Highlander. Think of like the Chevy. What's that thing called? The Chevy Traverse. And how those like longer SUVs are a thing for Chevy. It's not quite the size of a Tahoe, but it's still like a longer crossover type of thing for hopefully better gas mileage. So we shall see. We shall see. Brad says, chop, chop, let's get this thing going. Heck yeah, I'm in here. What's up? Danny says, how much did you sell the Tundra for? I currently have a deposit for the Tundra, and it should... So I had to pay off the loan. So I paid off the loan, and I'm literally waiting for Toyota to say, hey, DMV, this loan is paid off, to do the transfer of title right now. So got a little bit above the higher end of Kelley Blue Book. If you guys saw that video, higher end of Kelley Blue Book was 53.3 or something like that, 53.5. And I got a little bit more than that for the Tundra. So I'm excited. I obviously would have liked a little bit more, but at the same time, I want it sold. The new buyer is super hyped about it, which I absolutely love. And whenever I sell vehicles, I mentioned this in the Instagram story or reel or whatever it was earlier today when I was washing and detailing it, that I get very attached to material things, not in the sense that I am materialistic, like I need things to prove myself. I don't. I could care less about like status stuff, but I care about material things when like you have memories with them. So, I mean, we did tons of road trips with this truck with the dogs in it, back and forth to California, tons of memories in Vegas with it for my brother's bachelor party, like tons of stuff, just memories when it comes to the vehicle. And like, it sucks to sell something like that. So, whenever I go to sell vehicles, it's very hard. That's why with the 4Runner, right? We'll start this off now. With the 4Runner, whenever it comes time for that to leave, if it ever does, I probably won't sell it. I won't sell the 4Runner. I will do more of a like a giveaway, last call kind of a thing for the 4Runner. That way, it's fair, because I had tons of emails about this Tundra. I replied back to pretty much everyone that I could. But that way, you know, if you want the 4Runner, you could get entered in the giveaway. So still tossing that around in my head. Obviously, I would donate a good amount of money to a charity too. Just kind of developing that as it goes, just in my mind for the 4Runner. But to answer your question, I got a little bit above the higher end of Kelley Blue Book for the Tundra. And it was supposed to be gone Friday, but we're waiting for title to clear, waiting for Toyota to say, hey, this loan is paid off, because I just paid the loan off to make it easier. And then, what am I saying? So then it'll probably be next week. So I detailed it and everything, but the truck will probably be staying in the garage. Got a couple more videos coming for it as well. Anthony says, hey, what up, TRD John? What up, Anthony? Sam, welcome in. I wonder if the Highlander will leave if the Grand Highlander comes. I don't think so. I think that the normal Highlander is here to stay, kind of as a in-between. We shall see, right? I don't understand why they would call it the Grand Highlander if it wasn't a different vehicle. They might as well just called it the Highlander and canceled the other one. But I don't know. We shall see with it. I'm very excited to see it come February at the Chicago Auto Show. So it's going to be very, very fun to I needed to bring my tripod because if you guys watch any of my videos when I review stuff, it's kind of vlog-esque style, and I just directly show you what I'm looking at. But I may need the tripod for that one just to really show the amount of seat space that thing either does or does not have. But it looks like from the photos that the center seat, kind of like the old Sequoia, it looks like the center seat will slide, like the center row slides, and then the back seats will recline or do whatever they want. Hopefully they fold flat. We will see. It does have the Hybrid Max powertrain in it. So curious as to where those batteries are in that. The RX 500H has the, what's it called? Hybrid Max powertrain essentially in it. Granted, that's a 2-row SUV. I don't think it's a 3-row, the RX, but everything folds completely flat in that one. But we'll see. Super excited to show you guys about it. Those of you that, are pumped about the Grand Highlander. Nate says, would you ever try out a Ford Raptor in the future, or maybe even review one? Maybe find an owner who will let you try it out. So it's very funny you say that, because I almost sold this Tundra back in November, December timeframe. And if you guys watch Untamed Motors at all, he is now kind of doing freaking mosquitoes, man. Get out of here. It's already that time of year in Florida. He has now gotten basically a dealership kind of thing going on, or where he's finding cars for people, searching out deals and everything for people. So I did put the bug in Untamed Motors into Mickey's ear, saying, hey, man, I'm interested in a second gen Raptor. Can you find me one? Just for content purposes. But that kind of fell down when the Sequoia stuff came on. But I wouldn't mind trying a Raptor out. I love the Raptor R. It is such a cool concept. I don't know if you guys saw on Motor Trend and stuff today, but now there's rumors that Chevy is going to be making like a super hopped up ZR2 compete with the TRX and the Raptor R. And Toyota's just like, whatever, guys. Like, you guys just duke it out. And like that one meme where it's just all those people fighting and stuff, and then the Toyota guy is just like sipping his tea. That's literally how I feel Toyota is about that. So are you going to buy the Grand Highlander? Probably not. We will see how it is come February. But I don't anticipate us needing the Highlander. I would love to review it a lot for you guys, though. So we'll see after I drive it and whatnot. But personally, we don't have the need for a 3-row crossover like that currently. Maybe it'll be like the Jeep Grand Cherokee and Cherokee. Yeah, exactly. So, and a little bit longer, right? So the Jeep Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, exactly. That's probably how it's going to be. Yes, he's getting the, yeah, sure. Whatever you want. Yeah, you got to run that one by the wife. How's it going, DJ from Fort Walton Beach? What up? And Billy said, sold my 3rd gen Tundra as well, waiting for a used 3rd gen Raptor. Heck yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Raptors are pretty cool. Seeing one at the Detroit Auto Show, it was a Raptor R. They didn't have a normal Raptor there. So when I compared the Tundra to the ZR2, unfortunately, Ford didn't have a Tremor or anything to that caliber at the auto show, because when I think of TRD Pro is not like a Raptor. It's not at all. It's kind of even under ZR2 a little bit when you get them all optioned out. And the main reason for that is because the ZR2 has a front locker. I don't think that when I was looking at it, unless it's in the settings somewhere, that the ZR2s have like all the crawl controls and the multi-train select. I'm not 100% sure. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section. But I think the reason why Toyota doesn't have a front locker in their trucks, one, it's just another thing to potentially fail. But their crawl control system, if you ever really need it in a pinch, is pretty good. And really, I mean, I could personally care less about a front locker. I mean, especially in Florida, but I feel that front lockers are just really, really, really needed if you're like really in a pickle. I mean, for the most part, a rear locker and good 4-wheel drive is really all you need, but it depends. Some trails are obviously crazier than others, and especially for those that are going out solo, I mean, you want as much to help you in a situation as possible. So I can understand, why each person would want whatever they want. Nate says that he's going to the Chicago Auto Show this year. Do you expect the new Tacoma to be unveiled there? I do not. I don't think the new Tacoma will be unveiled there because everything that they're showing so far is all about Grand Highlander. When they teased the Grand Highlander saying February, now this recent teaser about the Grand Highlander showing the whole back seat, giving us a date, February 8th, like confirming that it will also be at the Chicago Auto Show in the press release that Toyota said too. I think that I don't know. It's going to be, I don't think that the Tacoma would be there just because why take the focus off of one for the other? So I don't think that it will be there. How's it going, Jimmy? What's up? Is the rear seat going to be power folding? Most likely. I think that they'll have, I'm assuming you're still talking about the Grand Highlander. They'll probably have options, basically, right? Like, curious. I'm thinking this thing will start at like 40 grand potentially and go all the way upwards of like 60, 65, just based on how Toyota's prices are now, right? Or vehicles in that segment. So it's not going to be like crazy expensive like the Sequoia. Hopefully not. But hopefully they'll have an entry level, like what would it be, the LE or something like that Highlander has, and then just XSEs and all the way up, limiteds, platinums, all that stuff up for the for that as well. So maybe they'll have one that just pulls a button, or you press a button, or you pull a thing and they just fold flat real quick. Or the higher end models may have a button to press too for the new Highlander. Forget the locker. I just wanted home link, I think. Yeah, Toyota's is fine if you're talking about home link. I don't know all what Chevy's has for home link, but Toyota's freaking thing, it works when it works. And my garage door openers are kind of old in this house, so like 20 years old. So I don't think that they're the best for programming. Home link, exactly, Billy says. Seriously didn't realize my standard SR5 didn't have a garage door opener until I got home. Is HomeLink Toyota or is that Chevy? I feel like that Chevy is the HomeLink. But yeah, it's crazy. My 4Runner, it has it. Thank God. This Tundra has it. So, but this Tundra also has that digital mirror. I'm not sure if, yeah, no, you're right. Because the normal SR5 Tundras, they just have a normal mirror. This one has the digital mirror. So it does have the HomeLink in it. So it's crazy with the packages, but you would think no matter what, for any SR5 up, doesn't matter if it's base package or not, like even put the little clicker up in the sun visor, because I know Chevy's did that for a while back in the day. They put it up on the visors. So Danny with a question says, thoughts on Tesla's EVs slashing their prices? Do you think Toyota will follow and chill out on the markups? So the markups, I mean, those are dealers. Unfortunately, that's not Toyota, and every dealer is privately owned basically. So that's not directly Toyota, and a lot of people don't realize that. I mean, a lot of people do know that, but whatever. Teslas have always been that way. Teslas have jumped up crazy in price when demand was super high, or jumped back down. The drastic drop was kind of crazy, but Teslas have always kind of done that. They'll be up one day, down another day. I couldn't imagine the headache of trying to resell a Tesla. That would be ridiculous, because it's just whatever the stock market is of the car itself, right, that day. But I don't think general prices will go down for normal car companies. I don't think. Tesla is super unique. They don't have dealerships, right? Now, if Ford and stuff in the future, if they completely kill dealerships off like they were talking about, but it hasn't happened yet, maybe their prices will fluctuate like that because they don't have physical dealerships. Maybe their prices will fluctuate. But I feel like as long as there's dealerships, I don't think it will change, especially with MSRPs being what they are. You may see a drop in like $500 of MSRP, but it won't be super fast. I don't see like it would just be overnight. I feel like it would have to take a model year or maybe another quarter. Like, hey, first quarter's done. This is the second quarter or something like that. I don't see companies doing that, especially Toyota over time. Tacoma capstone possible. I don't know. I mean, did the limited Tacoma really even sell that well? Or the, yeah, it's limited, right? For Tacoma, the limited trim. I don't know. Because like Tacoma for me, at least in the third generation, it like even the TRD off-roads, like off-road premiums, it was just like a glorified SR5. And then even the limited, it was a little nicer inside. I don't foresee a Tacoma capstone coming. I honestly think that Tacoma will literally keep the same exact trim levels that it has. I personally do, but maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? What size tire do you recommend for the 5th gen 4Runner without heavy trimming? So it depends if you're lifted a little bit, but 285 70 17s. That's what I got on mine on stock wheels. Remember that your wheels are going to play a big part in that too. So just because someone says, hey, this tire size will fit, if you have crazy negative offset, it may rub even more because it's starting to push that tire out. Like stock tires on mine, the 265 70 17s that I had, when I put those wheel spacers on, it rubbed a little bit. But you also can take off your front mud flap too if you really need. Dash says, hey, John, just wondering what exactly did you do about the wind noise on the driver's side door? I'm noticing it now after 4,000 miles. Also, did you have any issues with the infotainment system? So let me get up and show it to you guys real quick if you're still here, and maybe you can see. But I basically open it. No, that's not working that far. Maybe you could see through the glass. But up here, I put a little bit of the weather stripping for the door when it closes onto that. So it helped when you're on the highway. But I have noticed with my truck too now. So again, I really think it's the glass inside of it. I've noticed going over some bumps and stuff like on the roads, like not well manicured roads, that I can hear it shifting as well, and that's at 25 35 miles an hour. So the cool thing is that the new buyer of the Tundra, because that was like the worst thing, right? Trying to sell a truck that you literally document everything about, the great, the bad, everything about this truck I've documented and been pretty much upfront about. So that was a huge crappy thing, is like, hey guys, here's a truck, this is what I'm asking, and the freaking doors rattle, right? But the new owner, he's had Toyotas forever, he loves Toyotas. He has an old generation Tundra too. And he's excited about this new one. And I just let him know that, hey, like the dealership knows about it. They said it will be under warranty whenever there's a fix out there. Tons of people are having issues about these trucks, whether it's 2023s, Platinums, whatever. And he's okay with it. So very cool guy. I'm happy. But that's what I did. Put weather stripping up top to go down. I honestly thought too about, and it's so stupid you have to do this with a brand new freaking truck. I honestly thought too, just cracking the window a little bit, because if I think that it's the glass itself, and putting like a thin piece of electrical tape all through it. Some dude said too, they put the wind visors on. So maybe you could try that with your truck, Dash. The wind visors that go over the front doors and the back windows. If you have an in-channel wind visor, that may help too. And as for infotainment, sorry, you have a follow-up one for that saying you cannot connect to Apple CarPlay or the Wi-Fi. Toyota is looking into it. Knock on wood. I mean, I'm getting rid of this truck, but I have had zero issues with my CarPlay on this truck. Maybe one or two times it's like gotten out of CarPlay. I'm like, what the heck? And then it like reboot itself. Maybe one or two times in 15,000 miles. This unit in mine has been really, really good. Thoughts on getting the Tacoma tuned? I may tune this new one. We are going to be putting some weight in the new Tacoma. I did say that I'm going to be trying to keep it lightweight versus crazy heavy. The tires that I got, some may not agree with me, but I did 285 70 17s for the tires, and I didn't do like a full C load rating. I mean, E load rating is crazy. A 10 ply on a Tacoma, that makes, in my opinion, not that much sense. It depends on what you're using it for, right? If you're doing crazy rock crawling and stuff and you want thick sidewalls, hey, all on it. And even C load rating, which would be a 6 ply tire, I didn't do either. So I believe that I went with a 4 ply. Let me know if I'm an idiot in the comments, but super light tire. I mean, it saves 20 pounds of tire almost by just going to a lower ply. I live in Florida. I'm not going to air it down like crazy. I hope whenever I sell that truck, it's to someone in Florida too. If they daily it, they're still going to get decent mileage with the truck instead of that truck trying to move heavy tires as well. So I went the conservative route with the tires. They're still big. They're aggressive sidewalls and everything. They're aggressive tread and stuff too. But again, the plan was to have the Tacoma to be a more overland on the weekend if you want, with a lightweight rooftop tent, some stuff in the bed, but also take you to work, no problem. But I may tune the Tacoma just depending on the weight that I put in it, in addition to the tires if it needs it. But I do have a Shift Power USA throttle enhancer for it too. So I'll use that first, obviously. And then if we have to spend the money for a tune, we'll do the money for the tune. Any plans on third row removal in the Sequoia? Would make a good video on the removal process and be the first one out there with instructions. Yeah, so on the Facebook page, there's a dude, I think he's out in California, that actually removed it and has been making these premium looking wood with black carpet, basically covers that goes over it. He didn't really document the whole removal process and stuff, but just showed kind of like some pictures here and there. I need to look into it a little bit more because some people said once you take the seats out, it is a pain in the butt to put them back in. And I love making content for you guys. I love showing you guys everything possible. But if I break a rather expensive vehicle and I can't put the seats back in, that's going to really suck. So hold off on that because that is one of the thought process. Same with like the mirrors, right? When I get the next truck and swap the mirrors over with them too, I want to make sure if I do have to do wiring harnesses because something with the tow mirrors is a little bit different than something else, I want to make sure that I'm not going to really mess anything up because at the end of the day, I enjoy making content for you guys. I will try to do everything possible for all the content possible, but I'm not going to deliberately ruin something if that makes sense. But that is on my radar of something to do, Nate, for sure. But if you want to go onto the 2023 Sequoia page on Facebook, you can see the rear seat removal, and the dude looks super solid. And another thing with that is like our seats have been down since we bought the thing because we don't have a family, we don't have the dogs. They like being in the 4Runner instead, so we'll see. Why sell the Tundra if you had a higher trim? Why sell the Tundra if you had a higher trim? Would you sell it? If it was a TRD Pro, no, I wouldn't, because that is the reason why I'm selling the Tundra, Zach. So when I bought this truck last year, it's been over a year now. When I bought this truck last year, the hybrids weren't technically out yet. Had few pre-orders on TRD Pros, but dealers wanted over MSRP for them. Super far in line at Toyota Panama City Beach. And I was just wanting to be in the Tundra, to be in the like this Tundra, like just show you guys how the normal iForce motor was, talk to you guys about that, just see the trials and errors of this just basically first truck. Like within the first 2 months of the truck being out, like I was able to get a new Tundra and just show you guys it. But the plan in my head was to always have a TRD Pro. Like once I was done with this normal iForce motor, see how the iForce Max was, really test the hybrid technology, throw miles on the truck. To answer a future question, potentially how long I plan to have the TRD Pro Tundra, I honestly plan to have that truck, God forbid anything happens, but I honestly plan to have that truck until Toyota does a refresh. So until they do a refresh on this third generation, that is how long I will keep the TRD Pro. And unless I need a truck with a longer bed, like a Crew Max 6.5 foot bed. But until then, I plan on keeping the next TRD Pro Tundra because everyone's like, John, you get rid of cars all the time. It's only been like freaking one car really that I've gotten rid of. And now this one that like I bought in intentions to sell. So, yep, that's the reason why I'm getting rid of that one. Got a Pro coming in on the way. It's going to be sick. I can't wait for it. 2023 Prius is what's up, dude. The new Prius looks sick. It looks so sick. I never thought that I think a Prius would look sick, but when we were at the headquarters confidential last year, they call them confidential, the HQCs, because they'll show content creators vehicles like basically beforehand, right? But you keep it hush hush and it's media trust and everything like that. And when I first saw it, I was like, there's no way that is a Prius. It's crazy. And then they had the whole reveal event. I was like, holy crap, that was a Prius, because everything's debadged. They don't tell you what it is. But it was so sick in person. Seeing it at the DC Auto Show is so awesome too. And the hype that people have around it is so cool. I mean, the front end looks nice. It swoops to the back. And if you're being sarcastic about the Prius, that's what's up. Yo, whatever. I think that it's pretty sick, actually. I won't buy one, but I think that the new Prius looks very, very good. Joseph says, hey, John, I have the identical 2022 Tacoma TRD Pro as you do. Sick. What's up? Electric Lime. Do you think they will HD their values going into the 4th gen being the new platform? I don't know what you mean by HD. Sorry if that was a typo, if I'm not hip or whatever. I think that third gen Tacoma values for at least the first couple years will kind of be like these Tundra values. Granted, you know, car prices, inflation, all this stuff has like really made a very crazy market. So it's hard to predict the future. But I think that, and even when the new 4Runner comes out, if a new 4Runner ever comes out, I think that the first couple years of that vehicle itself being out, I think you'll be pretty okay with your resale value. At least that's what I'm hoping, right? So, because I will have this Tacoma, and if the new Tacoma does come out this year, I hope to not lose a lot on this Tacoma, if anything, right? So hopefully we'll be okay. I don't see values of the current generation really plummeting. Toyotas aren't really like that. If you look at a second gen Tacoma, go look at like a 2014 or 15. I think 15 was the last year of the second gen Tacoma. TRD off-road, or shoot, even the super rare TRD Pro for that 1 year. Super low miles, you'll see a pretty hefty price on a 9-year-old vehicle now. So I think we'll be okay, man. Ryan says, bye-bye, Tundi. It is gone. It is gone. Still a couple more hold their values. Got you. Exactly. Yep. Tundra is gone. Hopefully next week, hopefully this week, Friday, but next week. Got a couple more videos coming for the Tundra. Year of ownership, comparing the normal iForce motor to the iForce Max of the Sequoia. Spoiler alert for you guys in this chat. I like driving this one more. Don't know why. We'll see once I get my actual TRD Pro Tundra and live with a hybrid motor for a while, but I really enjoy this one in this truck. Year of ownership, the hybrid comparison, some of the interior differences between this and the Sequoia, and then a fourth video will be the Heretic lights themselves, showing you guys that at nighttime. So 4 more videos, maybe a 5th coming for the Tundra before it really goes away. Some already recorded, other ones still last minute recording. Daniel says, I'm going with 0 issues with my 2022 4Runner SR5 Premium. How are you liking the Westcott Low Pro rack? I was comparing Westcott to Sherpa racks over the last few months. Pretty good, man. I haven't had any issues with it. I don't think it's the ladder, or I'm sorry, I don't think it's the roof rack. I think it's the ladder in the back, because the roof rack is so low and the ladder kind of sits like this at the back that when we're going 75-ish miles an hour, I hear like kind of a not super loud noise, but just kind of like you could hear air resistance on the back of the 4Runner. And I really think it's because the ladder sits up so much higher than the actual rack does. Like not crazy high, but it's pretty dang close. Venza XLE versus Lexus NX hybrid. I don't know. If we're going by looks, go with the NX. The NX looks a lot better. The Venza to me it's a Lexus. I mean, it's a Lexus through and through. Like if it did not have a Toyota badge on it and it had a Lexus badge, I'd 100% say that is a Lexus. Being in the Venza, like super soft materials and everything, super solid build. But I personally don't care for the look of the Venza that much. Sorry if I piss anyone off. I'm just real. But the NX looks nice. The NX looks nice. The Venza 2, for some reason, it seems like it has a lot higher of a ride height. So maybe if you're interested in that, the Venza would be for you. The NX seems to sit just a little bit lower, at least from what I've seen. I haven't physically been in one, though. Alex says, any suggestions on where to buy tow mirrors for my 2023 Tundra? I don't know. I've been looking, because I've even been looking for like normal mirrors for the Sequoia too, if it doesn't work to where I'm able to put tow mirrors onto the next truck and not for the Sequoia. So the first thing that I was going to do when I talked to you guys about swapping mirrors, I was going to put this one because this truck is white and the Sequoia is white. I was going to put these mirrors on the Sequoia and be like, cool, it matches. But if you look at Sequoia TRD Pros and Tundra TRD Pros for this generation, their mirror caps are black. So I didn't want to be the oddball and have different color mirrors, even though like the white mirror caps would look better on the Sequoia versus black mirrors. But I've been looking online. Sparks Parts seems to have it. One of the sites that I used for the 4Runner TRD exhaust when I bought it, I forget what the name of that website was, but there's a bunch of websites out there. If you just type in the part number, if you're able to find the part number, or to be completely honest, it may suck, but just go to your local Toyota dealership's part center and get a quote, right? You could get a quote to see how much the mirrors would cost and stuff. And then at least with that quote, you'll have the part number. So then you could search online on all these online retailers and, price shop around or price shop dealerships. If you have military discount or first responders discount or something like that too, your dealership may give you 10% off. How can you afford all these TRD Pro models? YouTube pays that well. So, guys, I've been getting this question a lot to the point that I don't talk about finances like a whole lot because some people perceive it as bragging. Some people like are, hey, good job on you. You could do more. You could do this. But I've really gotten this question a lot, and there's been a lot of new people to the channel too. So I don't just have one paycheck, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to make a video on this probably when I get the TRD Pro, because I know the questions will come again, like, holy crap, how do you have that much money? And it's not having a lot of money. It's just being a trust fund baby, right? No, it's daddy's money. No, and that's what I put in the comment sections too. I'm like, oh, daddy's money. But no. So I was recently in the military. I'll answer this question here for you guys to prepare myself for the video. I was recently in the military, got out, have disability stuff. So there's a whole pay structure of disability. If you want to see all the way from 10% up to 100%, how much a veteran will get paid. So I have disability from the military. No retirement from the military though, because I got out early. So there's that whole pay structure if you want to see there. If you guys want to go on Social Blade is a website that shows what YouTubers potentially make, shows their analytics, their projections on how many subscribers they'll have. Fun fact, January of next year, this channel should hit 100,000 subscribers. We'll see if that's true. I want to hit it before that because that was the goal this year. So you could go on to Social Blade and type in TRDJon, and you could see monthly earnings and then yearly earnings. And I'll let you in on a little hint. It is more towards the higher end of earnings. Sometimes it's like in the middle of those. Sometimes Social Blade is like way off, but it's kind of towards the higher end of that when you look at Social Blade. Companies that I work with all the time, like Cali Raised or Canvas Backliners, or just some companies like random parts and stuff, I ask for a little bit of compensation. And if they don't, I will still promote their products if I believe in their products, right? But it takes a lot of time now to put these items on vehicles, to go up to Yoda Mafia, and if to go up to Yoda Mafia, pay install fees, come back down, do the YouTube video itself, like edit it and whatnot. And I used to do a lot of stuff for free, which I still do stuff for free, even though people say, don't do it for free, John, you're worth so much more. Like, I get when companies are smaller and they need to get their platform out there. I get that. So some stuff is sponsored. And I let people know that, like, hey, they hooked us up with this. I'll try to be a little bit more transparent in the future, because sometimes it doesn't come across that, it was sponsored. We're into real estate too, got some Airbnbs, long-term rentals, and then I have a spouse that works as well. So my wife does real estate. She just had a closing last week to freaking pay for the Sequoia payment for the next couple months. So I mean, it's all a team effort. So not just one paycheck, not just YouTube. If anything, YouTube itself may cover, I don't know, the 3 vehicles, if that, right? It doesn't pay the mortgage, it doesn't pay groceries, it doesn't pay all that other stuff, right? So it was a hobby that grew into something more. So I appreciate that question, and I don't take it offensively at all when people ask. I want to let everyone know. And this helps too, right? Jake said, hey, is the 4Runner paid off? The 4Runner's paid off. The 4Runner's been paid off, maybe for like 3 or 4 years now. And it goes back to real estate. So we bought a house in Phoenix, Arizona, well, Litchfield Park area of Arizona, which is like a super nice area near the base, for $140,000. Good luck finding that now in Phoenix, Arizona, right? So a little 1,300 square foot house, $140,000, like 7-8 years ago, something like that. That house now is worth not $140,000. So when we did a cash out refinance, we just rolled the 4Runner into the house. We have it rented out. Basically the tenants are paying for the 4Runner through that, right? But the rate itself got lower on the house too. So I rolled $40,000 ish of the 4Runner. I think it's probably like 30 at the time. $30,000 of the 4Runner into the house at the time, and my mortgage went up on that house by $30, $40, and I have a tenant paying for it. So there's a lot of ways to move money around. I could make a whole long video about that, but it would only pertain to the people that are interested about that, but do a lot of stuff. So yep, 4Runners paid off. Appreciate it. Joseph, always do the honest reviews for you guys. The Tacoma TRD Pro builds. Yep, got a ton of crap over here for you guys for the Tacoma. Tons of parts from Cali Raised. Got a fridge, all this stuff for it. The deck system's going to be here tomorrow too. Tons of stuff coming in for it too. Christian says, I'm going to catch up on comments really fast, guys. I appreciate all your comments. Christian says, hey, John, looking to buy a 4Runner SR5 Premium, but wanted to know how's the space in, with a third row with the, yeah. So to be honest, like the fact that they offer a third row in the 4Runner is kind of crazy. There's not a lot of room back there really for like little kids 100%. But the nice thing is I believe those seats fold completely flat. So you should have as much room in the back, if I'm not mistaken, as my 4Runner, I believe. It may sit up just a little bit higher with those seats, but I feel that you'll have just as much room if it was like a two-seater. And no worries, Arhem, if I pronounce your name right. Send all the questions you want, dude. I don't care. That's what this live stream's about, so I can interact with you guys, and I love it. Hey, John, sorry to bother you again with the Grand Highlander, but I wanted to ask if the teaser given out today showed the third row recline. Deceptive. So what dang it, guys, and I forgot to do the thing to where I could share my screen again. Sorry. So what I saw with that teaser photo, if you guys want to go over to my community tab, leave this tab open, and while I talk about it, I show the teaser photo there, and then also on my Instagram. What I noticed from it, because on my Instagram, I showed like the full one, like the full downloaded one from Toyota. The one on the YouTube that I like screenshot, it wasn't like a full wide photo. So after I saw the full wide photo, it's kind of misleading, but not really, because I'll explain. So the back seat, you had a super tall dude. That dude was probably, judging by his body type, he's probably like 6'3", maybe 6'2", like super skinny tall dude. And then the girl next to him was probably like more than 5 foot, if she was even 5 foot. So you could definitely tell the difference in their heights, right? So that guy had a good amount of space, and his legs were spread out and everything. But then you look a little bit to where the other dude was putting the girl or boy, I can't remember, a boy or girl, into the car seat in the middle seat. And you notice that middle seat was like center of that actual door. So they definitely scooted that middle seat up to show how much room the back could have. But what we didn't see in that photo is then if that center seat is in the middle of the door, which it clearly was, how much room is then in the front? So that's leading us for a little bit to be kind of desired for this. So yeah, it may have been all the way back and reclined, and people are like, well, that one's all the way forward, there's no room. We didn't see the front seat, so we didn't see how much room was there. So all the more reason to definitely bring my tripod to the Chicago Auto Show whenever I'm able to. Hopefully we're able to get into it, we'll see, and show you guys like literally how much space it is. And I'll probably say I'm 5'11" like 15 freaking times in the video. Adam says, appreciate the great content, John. I was curious. I saw your video on the metallic black Sequoia SR5 TRD Sport package. Was that a prototype? I don't think there's really any more prototypes of Sequoias now. I think that most of them are production models. All those ones at the DC Auto Show had like 5 or 6 miles on it. They're brand new. But usually if it's a production model, Toyota will have like up in the the sun visor, a little thing that says this is a production model. All fit and finishes may not be final or something like that. He also said, I have that specific Sequoia on order and was told by my dealer that they aren't making them that yet. Oh, no, 100%. Well, your dealer may not have been allocated one yet or has gotten one yet, but the TRD Sport is an actual model for the 2023 model year. So hopefully that answered your question, Adam. And no problem, man. I appreciate that question. I had been looking to expand my channel, and giving this info could help others starting too. Oh, for sure. For sure. And I want everyone to be successful on YouTube if they really want to, right? It's no, like, dude, competition, especially if you're in the same space as me, competition's great, because if people watch your video and my video is appealing, it may be recommended right afterwards, right? So that's why, like, Toyota Jeff, Untamed Motors, like Krowicki, like all these dudes that I know, Kurt Kreifels. I mean, even the big ones like Joe Rady, like Rady's Rides and all that stuff. Like tons of these people. If you're in the automotive community, like I can go in automotive press, tons of people. Anyways, I can go into my channel, TFL. I could go into my channel and it'll say your viewers watch these viewers as well, right? So it'll show you in your analytics, and you may be able to see this too in your analytics. My viewers watch these channels as well. Go to those channels and see kind of what they're doing, right? And not to copy it, like definitely be your own. That's what makes YouTube so great. But see what those people are covering, some of their videos that kind of popped off and stuff too, to hopefully then get recommended, right? So like when TFL does a video about the Sequoia like towing on the Ike Gauntlet or whatever, right? If I talk about Sequoia's towing or something like that, my video may get recommended right after theirs or someone else in the car community. So definitely see for your channel what other viewers of yours are watching as well. And then try to kind of not mimic that, but make the same style-ish content, because obviously your viewers are watching it. Your viewers are watching them. They have the same kind of interest, and just kind of let that flourish from there, if that makes sense. Jake says, you're one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. We would love to meet you. Heck yeah, man. Whenever. I'm trying to go to more events this year. That is for sure. So I'm going up to the Chicago Auto Show this year. That's really all I have planned right now. But I'd love to go to SEMA again. We'll probably have our trip down to Tampa again. Hopefully go to a couple Overland Expos this year and stuff. So I definitely hope to plan to travel a lot this year. Craig says, I think you deserve a ton of money. Not many people can do this despite people thinking they can. Congrats on doing well. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And I actually made a post the other day, and I need to see what the status is on that on the community tab. So after this, or like I said, if you guys want to open up another tab or whatever you're watching it on mobile, it doesn't matter. Because all these live streams are just my freckled face freaking talking. So it doesn't really matter about content on the screen, right? But on the community tab on the channel, I posted about like what you guys want to see this year, like content wise, because I said that for this foreseeable future, I would like to do a long form content video a day, like literally all year. I don't care. It's fine. I'll do a video every single day for the whole year. And the plan was to get a whole week ahead on videos. So even if I don't need to film or do anything, I'm still a whole week ahead on videos, and I'll have a piece for you guys every single day with like 1 or 2 shorts kind of thrown in there too. And then the second option was no more than 5 videos a week, right? No more than 5 videos a week, and with a couple shorts here and there, right? So surprisingly, at least when I went to bed last night, the 5 videos a week was one of the major votes on, which kind of surprised me because I figured people would want to watch more content. But at the same time, it like you have so many other people you're subscribed to. And if I post out 7 videos a week, people may fall behind, which is fine. People have freaking lives. I don't care. I care about your lives, right? But I don't care if you like need to do something with your family. I don't expect you to watch me. And then a lot of people were saying quantity over quality, or quality over quantity, which 100%. I just wouldn't post a video to post it anymore. I've deleted so many videos just because it didn't jive the way that I wanted to. And I think that people would just be overwhelmed with 7. So I really wanted to post a video every single day this year. I thought that would be really, really cool. But I do understand what people were saying with that too. So I appreciate that though. And guys, something like this, like it's just me talking. Y'all do not have to do this at all. But Jake, I appreciate the $5, man, going straight towards the Sequoia payment. And Mr. Gunter, I'll just say Gunter because I'm going to butcher your first name. Richard Gunter. I appreciate it, man. For $20, dude, you did not need to do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being a follower of this channel, man. I'm going to keep giving you guys crazy awesome content for sure. Tons of stuff with the Tacoma coming, Grand Highlander, hopefully new Tacoma this year, 4Runner information whenever that comes out, Land Cruiser stuff too. But Richard, I'm sorry, And Jake, I appreciate it, guys. You guys are freaking incredible. I appreciate that so much. I was just thinking too that I need a new webcam for this because I keep saying that every time. So hey, maybe that'll go to that. I appreciate it, guys. And that's one thing too. Like for the YouTube, basically the money itself, like until it gets, you know, the stupid status, right? And I don't really care if it gets there. For me, it's more of helping individuals that want to get into a Toyota. So like that's the cool thing about my channel, especially body on frame stuff, is like you may want the Tundra or you may want the Tacoma, 4Runner, whatever. You may want those vehicles. So I feel like it's cool because I can provide reviews of those vehicles, whatever models it is. And then let's say you buy one and now you want to modify it a little bit. That's kind of like the different side of my channel than a lot of other car reviewers too. And this goes back to I need a name. I need Wish One's comment talking about that, like differentiating myself from other automotive reviewers too, right? Is the fact that I will show you the car as a review, but if you care to modify it, then I'll also show that as well. So it's pretty cool in the sense, and I lost my train of thought of where I was going to go with that, but a lot of it's not about the crazy numbers for me at all, right? Like, I mean, when I was first doing this and grinding for a year, I was making $5 a month, right? $5, $10. I think 1 month I made like $100. I was like, holy crap, that's cool. But it was still helping people out. And I mean, yeah, money makes the world go round. Unfortunately, I couldn't do a lot of this stuff if YouTube didn't pay, right? At all. I wouldn't even consider a Sequoia at all if YouTube didn't pay. Like I have no need for it. It's me and my wife and 2 dogs. We are perfectly fine with a 4Runner and a RAV4 or even a Corolla that we had before that, right? We had the 4Runner and Corolla, perfectly fine in life. But it's just the YouTube just got to that point. People wanted more content. People wanted to see different things. And now super, super thankful to be able to have basically all 4 of what Toyota offers right now as new body on frame vehicles to show you guys content for it, just in case you guys are considering it for your build. So Ryan says, I'm headed to the Keys weekend on February 18th for my birthday. Heck yeah, Ryan. Freaking enjoy that, man. And Jake with another one, man. Come and review my 4Runner Limited with the 3rd row you're talking about. All right. You don't need to donate again, Jake, but where are you at? Let me know where you're at. But all caught up. I don't really think I've ever reviewed a 4Runner Limited. I may have reviewed a 4Runner Limited one time. I've done an SR5. Well, the 40th anniversary edition. Done that one. Done TRD off-roads. Obviously done TRD pros because TRD pros for some reason get the clicks. Like I said, I mean, when I get the Tundra Pro, I'll talk about that more as to why I have a garage of 4 pros when you don't need that at all. To me, the vehicle to get, like if you're literally just care about building something up to off-road, you don't need a TRD Pro. You don't, unless you care about the color and unless you care about, you know, higher resale value in the future. But if you're buying it to have forever, or not forever, but 10 plus years, and you're going to wheel it and stuff, TRD off-road or even a good SR5 with a rear locker is honestly all you need. Honestly, all you need. Statesboro, Georgia. I may hit you up on that. I'm not sure exactly where Statesboro is. Where the heck is Statesboro? Because when I get the Tundra, I will be traveling down the east coast of the United States, all the way back. Oh, you're like in the center. Statesboro. Let's zoom out a little bit. Maybe. I'll be going down 95, down Savannah to Brunswick to Jacksonville, all the way over. Potentially, if this one pans out, we shall see. But got to lead on this one. I'm pretty excited about it. It's not like exactly what I thought it was going to be, but I'm excited to explain that to you guys when the time comes. Enjoying the content. How about a TRD Camry? In Cavalry Blue? Man, Camry's a good looking car. Camry is a very good looking car. It is Toyota's crazy volume seller for cars, whether it's to enterprise or Uber drivers or whatever it is. But yeah, the Camry is a very cool looking car. Excuse me. I believe it was an XSE that I had on my channel. that I reviewed, and it was right after the Lexus IS 350. So we had like a high of the Lexus IS 350, and then not a low of the Camry, because the Camry was still really, really nice inside. But it was definitely two different vehicles for sure. But it looked the part, man. The XSE Camry, I mean, the TRD, even with that exhaust too, there's some dude that has it, not in my neighborhood, but he goes up and down 98 sometimes where I live. And I spot him every once in a while. I was like, "Blah!" Just flooring it, man. Not trying to bother, appreciate you. No, dude. Yeah, if I'm able to meet it in Savannah, we'll do it. We'll see. Because when I did the Tacoma, I had to stop in Nashville. I was trying so hard to make it all the way from Virginia down to where I live in Florida. That I was getting tired. It was, and I don't know if you guys know what it is, but I'm doing the 75 hard lifestyle basically change. Some people call it a fitness challenge. It's not really a fitness challenge at all. Sorry, it's the second time doing it. We did it last year. I also did phase 1 of it. If you guys don't know what 75 hard is, it is a program by Andy Frisella, who is this incredible just entrepreneur. And you have to do a lot in a day. And it's really not a whole lot, but you have to do a lot in a day. And you have to do a lot in a day. You have to do 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes each. One of them has to be outside. So it doesn't matter if it's freaking raining, snowing, freaking 150 degrees outside. You have to do a workout outside. And it can't be like your freaking garage open and like you see outside. No, you literally have to be outside. So we walk the dogs almost every day, either ride bikes outside, do our workout outside, whatever it is. So you got 2 workouts a day. You have to read 10 pages of a book. You have to drink a full gallon of water, which I am super behind on my water today. 10 pages of a book. What else? There's a couple other things. Oh, you have to take a progress photo. I have it in my phone. I can tell you guys because they have a whole app for it. First workout's done. Second workout, take a progress photo, drink a gallon of water, follow a diet, and no cheat meals or alcohol for 75 plus days. The diet that my wife and I are doing is the Whole30 diet. So like no added sugars, no wheats, no grains, no legumes, none of this crazy crap. So anyways, what I was getting at is I was driving down, like I still had to do this crap while, and it's not crap, it betters yourself, but I still had to do this stuff as I was road tripping the Tacoma down from Virginia down. So I did a workout one morning, that morning in DC. And then I got the vehicle, left the dealership at like 3 o'clock. And then I was in the middle somewhere of Virginia, like at the end of it before Tennessee at a truck stop. Dude, it was like 35 degrees outside. And I'm walking with my beanie and stuff, like walking around for 45 minutes because I had to do the workout. And if you fail any of these components, you got to go back to day 1. And my wife and I failed at day 19 because we had oat milk in the fridge of all things. And I freaking put it in my coffee, just oblivious to it. So we were on day 19, had to go back to day 1. Now we're on day 17. We started it like the day after Christmas. So no drinking on New Year's for us. I don't even really drink that much anymore. Like I really couldn't care about it, honestly. But yeah, a lot of stuff. Little rant. All right, back to Toyota stuff. And if you guys are interested about 75 hard, I would do it. It's not really a fitness challenge, but obviously you're working out twice a day and you're abiding by a diet. So you're going to look better, way better at the end of it. And just gets your mind going right for a path you have in the future. I saw a TRD Pro Tacoma and Tundra in person for the first time. And it was beautiful. Yeah, I love the new Tacoma TRD Pros, especially with the bed stamp and everything in the back of it. The Tundra sweet. I do enjoy the Tundra TRD Pro. There are some things with it, and I'll address it in my videos that I wish Toyota did a little bit differently when I get my personal one. But yeah, which one do you like better? I kind of like the Tacoma TRD Pro better than the Tundra, especially because, you know, the upper control arms, the Fox shocks, which they both have, but the Tacoma has those billet upper control arms. The wheels look sick. Tacoma, I love the Tacoma. Isn't the Camry due for a redesign? I believe it's this year or next year. People are rumoring for the Camry if they don't cancel it. I don't see why Toyota would cancel it. And probably goodbye V6. 100%, I agree, Christian. I think anything in Toyota's lineup right now that has the V6, just because of the way emission standards are and all this stuff and how Toyota likes to play by the rules and everything, I think that everything that has the V6, you can expect that 2.4 liter turbo and also the hybrid max version of that to make its way into something. I think that 4-cylinder turbo with the hybrid max powertrain is going to be Toyota's volume stuff. If you look at a lot of these manufacturers, like Chevy used to have tons of different engine options, Ford too, Toyota somewhat, but I think with the world and with supply chain issues and stuff, people are really, really, really trying to streamline stuff now to get things out there and to save money and obviously make more money. So the Chevy Colorado, I did that video for you guys showing the Tacoma Frontier Colorado. Really good response from you guys. That was freaking awesome. That truck only comes in that configuration. So 4 doors, the small bed, and 1 motor. That's literally it. Doesn't matter if it's the Trail Boss, LT, ZR2, whatever. It's only that motor, that 4 doors, and that short bed. Super streamlined. Don't have to worry about anything. That's what the truck is. Now, that motor will have 3 different like engine outputs, right, for horsepower and stuff. But I think Toyota, like for all the cars that have V6s, they're going to go towards that new 4-cylinder, and all the cars that had V8s, they're going to go towards this 3.4 that's like in this truck, which isn't mini because it's already gone. I already answered that one. Is there a ride difference? Sorry, I got an email. Is there a ride height difference between the S and SR5 non-TRD Tundra and a TRD off-road Tundra? Also, what do you think of the Crew Max with the 6.5-foot bed? So the Crew Max with the 6.5-foot bed is the ultimate truck I'll eventually get. So I mentioned that this TRD Pro that I plan on having until there's a Tundra refresh, maybe 4 years from now, maybe 3, 4, something like that. God forbid anything happens. But when that does happen, that refresh, hopefully they still keep a 6.5-foot bed. We'll see like what the truck is. But the ultimate Tundra for me, and that's if I, need the Tundra for towing and stuff, unless I get a diesel. But the ultimate truck for me would be a Crew Max Platinum, blueprint in color. So good. With a 6.5-foot bed, hybrid max, and 4-wheel drive. The not having the rear locker or multi-terrain select, like for me, it doesn't. It sucks that it's not in that, but it's not a deal breaker, and I would use that truck all the time for towing, house renovation stuff, and everything like that. I believe the TRD off-road Tundra, and you can check Toyota's site. I believe if you go into the vehicle specs and talk about everything with the truck, I believe that the TRD off-road Tundra is just a smidge higher because it does have TRD off-road suspension. Not like the TRD lift kit, but it does have some different red, I believe they're Bilsteins. Yeah, they're Bilsteins. Bilstein suspension for that. So I believe it is up just a smidge higher. The TRD Pro is definitely up a little bit higher. But the TRD off-road, I believe, is up just a little bit. And also with the TRD off-road, Tyler, it doesn't have the little, how you doing? The little thing that like goes down. So you will keep some ground clearance with that too. Jurassic Mark. Love that. That's awesome. Says, love your channel. I am currently in a Subaru and going to work on making that content with that to hopefully get me into another Tundra or Sequoia. Yeah. And you'll find your niche. Maybe you'll find a bunch of Subaru people too. And that's a big thing. Like if you have a channel and you're making content about your Subaru and you sell it for a Toyota, just realize that the content that you built and the audience that you built was for your Subaru, right? That was the hardest thing for me, pivoting a little bit away from the 4Runner for Tacoma stuff. Or when I bought my first gen Tundra, that kind of flopped a little bit because I thought people would be interested in it. People are now interested in my first gen Tundra, commenting on videos. Like the YouTube algorithm took them and they're like, bro, where's more videos on this? I'm like, where the heck were you guys a freaking year and a half ago? But just realize though, whenever it's time, because your channel will get there if you keep working at it, that whenever you do get the Tundra or Sequoia, just make sure you don't completely abandon the Subaru people, or maybe make that channel so freaking good that you can have both, right? And dabble into the Subaru community, grow your Toyota community as well. When is 4Runner review coming? Daryl, if you're talking about the 6th gen, I don't know. Just be an awesome subscriber and have that bell on for a year or so from now. But the 2024 4Runner will most likely be a 5th gen. I will bet millions of dollars on that. I don't have millions of dollars, but I'll bet on that. Untamed Motors, what up, dude? Late to the party. If you could, John, start over from the top. Yeah, Raj. So let me scroll up with the comments. Nah, dude, didn't miss anything. To recap for everyone, because that's probably good. Thanks, Mickey. You're the best. Tundra took a deposit on the Tundra, and I know you're being a smart aleck, but I'll recap for you if you're even still here. Tundra took a deposit on the Tundra. He was supposed to come Friday. I paid off the note, and so Florida is a digital title state, so in order for him to get the title, basically it has to be like no lien holder or anything like that. So Toyota takes a couple days to process that. So basically, we're waiting on that. It may get pushed into next week for this, but super serious buyer. He has a bunch of Toyotas. He loves Toyotas ever since he was like in college. We've talked plenty of times on the phone too. Got super good vibes from him as well. So deposit is in on the Tundra. Pretty much sold. Just detailed it all up this week. Someone asked about what I did to how to afford vehicles. Basically, going to make a video on that. Let them know prior military stuff, YouTube. Real estate, investment properties, wife works, tons of stuff like that. We talked about the new Tundra, talked about the Grand Highlander a little bit, the rear seat stuff. I will be going to the Chicago Auto Show too, and hopefully getting my hands on it to see that thing, the rear seat situation, center seat situation, all that stuff with the Grand Highlander. Then we were talking about the Toyota Camry a little bit and some others, just random questions. So you're all caught up, dude. Saved you an hour of life. You are welcome. Kevin says, do you think that the TRD leveling kit is worth the cost to keep the warranty on it? This is hard, man. This is really hard. I personally don't. I would rather take the risk of a good quality kit, not a crap kit, but a good quality kit, because anything that you guys have to worry about warranty, and again, I feel like I may get this wrong, the name of it wrong. I believe it was called the Magnuson-Moss Act, and I want to say it was like this whole court case or something like that about warranty issues and stuff. Long story short, what a dealership or anyone has to do is they have to prove that whatever you put onto your truck made a component fail. If I put the Westcott kit on this truck and my transmission goes out, and Toyota's like, oh, you put a lift kit on your truck. Your transmission went out. That's your fault. Cool. How? Tell me how and explain to this, and we'll go to court. I don't care. That'd be crazy going to court against Toyota. How did a lift kit make a transmission go out? So just got to be weary about it. If Toyota is showing this whole lift kit and stuff for a truck, like it's going to lift it up 3 inches, and you put a mild lift on your truck, you're like, yo, guys, I mean, you have a Toyota kit. Granted, it's warranted and stuff, but I had this kit professionally installed. It is under the requirements that your guys' kit is at. It's putting less stress on all the components, whatever it may be. How does this affect my truck? So you could always do that. I know with Toyota's AAP program, if you have some time, Kevin, the whole Toyota AAP program, Associated Accessory Parts or something like that, I believe the acronym stands for. Toyota is going to start selling a bunch of third-party stuff. So they're talking with Westcott about things, Rigid about things. Go Rhino, I believe, too, CVT, ARB, like all these companies that we buy all this aftermarket stuff from. Toyota is basically going to have a part number on all this if you want to order it through your dealership. So if you order those type of things through your dealership, it may be warranted, and especially if you install them too at the dealership, it'd definitely be warranted. So like if Jeff Westcott and Westcott Designs ever has their 3-1 collar kit, pre-collar kit on their Tundras, go through Toyota. You could buy the kit through Toyota. You can install it in Toyota, which tons of dealerships already do his kit too, right? That's why when I put this kit onto my truck, I was safe with it. Yoda Mafia's professional installs. They have all the documentation for installing stuff on your vehicles. And Jeff Westcott puts these kits on tons of trucks in Arizona through the dealership. So if they trust it, that dealership warranties it. What's the difference? That's my argument all the time. I know that was a roundabout way. I don't think the TRD Pro kit or the TRD leveling kit is worth it personally. That's a lot of money. You're talking $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Once it's fully installed, tons of additional parts. The dealership's taken so much crap off of your vehicle. And then Toyota says too, in that, I don't know if you've seen fine print, and I personally haven't looked. So I'm just saying what I've read on the internet, which is probably wrong. But apparently Toyota's kits, they don't recommend you put 35-inch tires on it. So if you're putting that kit on it and you're going to put 35-inch tires on it just because the kit is under warranty, and if you roll up in Toyota with some big old tires on your truck, they may be like, oh, well, sorry, you got too big of tires on the truck. It's like, what the heck? There's so many things, man. But to answer your question in a non-roundabout way, I think that kit is a lot of money. Hawaiian Minded says that the 6.5 bed is not fun to drive, especially in town. So that's the only difference, right? If I get a Crew Max with a 6.5 foot bed in the future, that truck is mainly for towing, and throwing Home Depot stuff into for Airbnb renovations or long-term rental renovations, or throwing a couch that we found on Facebook Marketplace to go put in a condo or something like that. Like, that is what that truck is for. I wouldn't take it to the grocery store or do a Starbucks run or anything with that. Like, the turning radius on these trucks already isn't like the best, and then adding another foot to the back, that's really not that much, but adding another foot to the back just stretches everything out just to make it not the best. Hugh Lee says, hey, John, out of all the Toyotas, which one is your number one keeper? I'll just be the easiest scapegoat out of this question and say the 4Runner because I've had it the longest. The 4Runner, it just really means something to me, man. I don't know why. I've had it forever. My very first vehicle was a 4Runner. My second generation 4Runner, and then some vehicles in between. Well, really only one. But I would have to pick the 4Runner. All the vehicles that I've bought and that I currently have, I should say, excluding the 4Runner, I have bought with the intent of selling it one day. I never bought the 4Runner with the intent of selling it, if that makes sense. So that's why I would pick that one over anything. The new Tacoma has a 6 to 8 month shelf life on the channel, right? Whenever Toyota announces the new one, sell that one to people that they're like, oh, F this new one. I don't want a 4-cylinder. I don't want a hybrid. Where's a TRD Pro at? Oh, John has one for sale. Cool. So that's the plan with that Tacoma. This Tundra, gone. Sequoia, as long as my wife likes it, we'll just keep that thing for a while unless I can get a solar octane or whatever the 2024 color is. Because like white is great. Like the truck looks great. It's just, it kills me to have a TRD Pro and it not be the special edition color for real. To go in on this, Untamed Motors says, buying something without an intent to sell, ill. I still remember when I first met Untamed Motors, when we weren't allowed to show his face. It was at Destination Outdoor, the very first one we ever went to with our OG group. And everyone knew that he just wheels and deals cars. He sells cars all the time. It was funny. And we got the vehicles. I can't remember what started it, but we got the vehicles pretty dirty. And he's like, I can't see out my windshield. Or he said something that, like, usually when his vehicles get that dirty, he sells them, or he's never had one that dirty or something like that. But it's pretty funny. And since I'm on you, in all seriousness, I know you have a ton of things coming. Looking forward to it, man, for sure. And if you're down for the competition of who can have the most vehicles this year, we'll see. But I think I need to calm down a little bit to at least build them up on the channel. And I know you're enjoying both those pros too, for sure. So it's going to be sick. Can't wait this year. We'll see. And things are warming up too, so get a little bit more boat content too on the channel. Where's your boat, man? Where's your boat? No. Agent Unicorn? Toyota dealerships and P&W use the Ironman 4x4 suspension products, doesn't avoid warranty, etc. Yeah, and the biggest thing for that is, like, where'd you have it installed? Was it professionally installed? Do you have your documentation and stuff? If Joe Schmo did it in your garage with like a jack stand, that's probably not the best, right? Nothing against that, right? Just don't say a crazy suspension warranty claim and you did the suspension in your garage. So for sure. Also, I just wonder if the model will be in different regions. Yep. Yeah, for sure. Southeast Toyota, like where I live, unfortunately, for Toyota stuff is like privately owned. So they are completely different. We have different packages, like the XP package and stuff that other people don't have. So, and this is the best Tundra for sure. So I am all caught up, guys. We've been on for an hour 10 or so. If you guys want to go for another 20 minutes, we can. If you guys want, just load me up with some questions. If you guys want. If not, I got some, not the best steak. thankful to be eaten, right? Thankful to be eaten. But when you get 3 ribeyes for $15 right now, and you guys know what the market price is on crazy meat and stuff right now, it's definitely not the best cut and the best quality of meat. But hey, you got 3 ribeyes for $15, and they weren't that bad. They're like maybe, well, the one that I weighed, because I weighed it, is about 9 ounces or so. So 3 of those, so you, what, 9, 27, 28 ounces of beef for $15 and a ribeye. Not the best, but it's all good. But got that in there in the microwave, just sitting right now, because I was trying to eat that, get the dogs ready. The wife was showing some properties and stuff, and I was like, holy crap, it's freaking 6:55. Put the dogs in their kennels right now, because this is funny, because the whole house is torn apart right now. My hopefully she's not on here and she listens to me saying this, but you guys will get a kick out of this story if you're listening, because maybe your spouse has done the same thing. So she's awesome. She cleaned out if you guys don't know this, which I learned crap all the time with being homeowners, but your washing machine, I guess it has like a filter or whatever, like on the very front. We have a front loading washing machine that has like this little filter down the bottom that you're supposed to clean out. It like collects all this gross water and stuff. Anyways, she freaking did that and put it all back in there, washed it out. Good job. Thanks, babe. Freaking starts the wash, and she's in her office. I'm in my office. I'm doing shit on YouTube. She's doing whatever real estate stuff. She gets out of her office like 20 minutes later, maybe even 30 minutes later, after we started a load of laundry. You guys can probably see where this is going. She's like crap. I'm like, what? Dude, so basically the laundry room's here, like it goes down the hallway, my office, her office, like living room kind of a thing. Freaking puddle of water, like 2 inches like deep in the middle of our living room, just sitting there. I stand up from my desk because I'm just on it. I'm not paying attention. I stand up from my desk, water all in my freaking office, water all in her office. This freaking drain plug was not connected. Freaking flooded the whole house, dude. So had to move my desk away from the wall, move all the shit off my desk, all the knickknacks and stuff, move all her crap, all the carpet out of the house. Like, thank God we have tile and like literally everywhere. And all these rugs, they're all in the garage right now. I have fans on and everything. I had a blower inside of our house blowing out all the anyways, it was an ordeal. Sorry for that too, but just wanted you guys to hear that. And I don't even know why I started talking about that. But yeah, we have stuff all over the house right now. Probably put a lot of stuff away once I get back in there after this. Hoy says, I'm looking at Huey. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I'm looking at a 4Runner and I'm trying to wrap my head around a 2015 or 2021 4Runner TRD Pro. Anything different? I would like to know from your point of view. So if you're specifically looking at the TRD Pro, then one, try to go for the special color if you can. 2021 was the Lunar Rock, which is a beautiful color. I love the Lunar Rock color. But that Inferno of 2015, beautiful. The biggest things you're going to realize is suspension. Suspension's completely different on those. If both vehicles are stock, you got Bilsteins and you got Fox in the 2021. And then the infotainment screen has been updated from those years, which is nice too. So the 2021 is going to have CarPlay, Android Auto if you use that, a bigger screen. You're also going to have a moonroof in that one, JBL sound system, which doesn't sound that good, but you'll have a moonroof in that one, and it should have the TRD exhaust. And if it is stock again, you're going to have that basket roof rack as well. So if I had the choice between the two, I'd probably pick the newer one. The newer one does also have some of the safety sense features too, I believe. I think it has the radar cruise control as well, and some other Toyota safety sense sensors. But I would go for the Inferno just because the color is so nice. But if you want some of the more updated creature comforts of the vehicle, I would definitely go with the 2021. Dealership that I purchased a 2022 Lunar Rock TRD off-road offered and sent our... Nice. That's cool. And it's all under warranty. Heck yeah. Christian... thank you for that. What you do, number one. I appreciate you, Christian. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You guys don't have to donate on these. I do these all for you guys, and to just gauge on what my viewers want to see, what we talk about. Maybe it sparks some interest for future videos. But no, dude, I appreciate you so much, Christian. Thank you for you. on Wednesday night. You could be doing whatever you want to do, and you're hanging out listening. So I appreciate you too. Going to be awesome to see the lime green Tacoma, white Sequoia, Tundra, and Solar Octane all on the channel. Holy smokes. I know. So I took a photo a while ago, and this is all what we're talking about, right, guys? And I'm not ignoring you guys. I need to pull it up on my phone, but this is all what we're talking about, and like what you do with your life. And if you're comfortable with what you're doing, that's perfectly fine. Nothing about that. If you want more out of it, then have your ambitions, have your goals, but just have the vision at least for something, and don't give yourself like crazy aggressive deadlines for big things, because if you don't do that, you're going to get discouraged, in my opinion. At least like give yourself some short-term goals and some long-term goals. But when I was driving back from the Overland Expo East, which I believe was in October, and I'm trying to find that photo for you guys, I flew into DC because Toyota had me and a couple other like lifestyle influencers go to this Overland Expo, the Overland Expo East event, because they were curious if Toyota should have more presence, like influencer wise. And I don't consider myself an influencer, but they do. Well, not they do. I'm more press than influence. Anyways, what I'm getting at is they wanted to see if they should do like more media stuff at these events. And anyways, I flew into DC. I had a Tundra TRD Pro to then drive to the expo in, and here's the photo. And on my way back, obviously I had to stop at Taco Bell or whatever, and I saw a electric lime metallic Tacoma TRD Pro at the Taco Bell parking lot. And I thought that this was cool because I was in a Solar Octane Pro that I wanted, and I knew that who's texting me. And I knew that I wanted a Tacoma TRD Pro one day, and I didn't know what it was going to be. I had feelers out there for the electric lime one, and I knew that I wanted one, just had to find one. So anyways, what I'm getting at is I took this photo. It's awesome that you say that. I took this photo back in October of saying like one day, like my driveway will be like that. And here we are, hopefully in a month, it'll be like that. So 3-4 month turnaround, and freaking got that. And I'll post that photo, that side-by-side photo of that, talking about that too. And do you think that there will be a plug-in hybrid EV Grand Highlander? I think that's how you pronounce that acronym. I think eventually there may not be a Grand Highlander Prime like at launch, but I definitely see, honestly, all of Toyota's vehicles having some sort of hybrid or plug-in hybrid eventually. We'll probably see it first on a Grand Highlander and then on like a refreshed Highlander, because the RAV4 has the Prime. Really, that's the only crossover that they have with the Prime, and then the Prius and stuff. So I think that Toyota will do that. So one of the coolest things, actually, you guys, at the DC Auto Show that I was at, I didn't realize how like not like corporate or political like Toyota is, but how much all car manufacturers, like the reason they're all in DC is to like fight for what the company wants against what the government wants and all of this stuff, right? So this whole big push for EV, which I personally don't believe in. You guys can fight me on this if you want, or if you believe that as well, whatever. But the one in one of the presentations that they did, and it was very, very cool. They were talking about these whole battery mines, right? Because we don't know the long-term effects on them. Yeah, it's cool that you don't pollute into the world all the time, but we are not doing a good job of digging all this crap out of the world and mining for these materials to make these batteries. And then when these batteries are bad, where are they going? So like that part, whatever. But anyways, they're talking about a wheelbarrow, right? Of all this crap. So you could put all this stuff in a wheelbarrow and make one full EV, like Toyota BZ4X, right? A fully electric vehicle from one wheelbarrow. Or you could take that same wheelbarrow and make, I believe the picture showed like 9 Prius Primes. And the whole goal is to take an ICE vehicle, an internal combustion, like old vehicle, polluting vehicle, off the road for one of these more efficient ones. So that same wheelbarrow, 9 Prius Primes. Or if it wasn't a Prime that can still go 40 miles on a full EV, if that's all you're doing in a day, or you could take that same wheelbarrow and make like 60 hybrids out of it from the same amount of material mined. So like all these people about like full EV, this so much material. I'm all about hybrids. Um, and so hopefully the Highlander may have that, right? That'd be sweet. But I think hybrids is Toyota's vision for the future until they can't like physically legally do them anymore. At least from what I gathered from that DC Auto Show, from like a dumb off-road, I put parts on this kind of like mindset, and then you're at the DC Auto Show, like at these events and listening to them talk like political stuff, and you're like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. Sorry if that didn't make sense. Thank you, John. Much appreciated. Of course, ever since I've been looking around for Toyota content and ran across your channel, I've been hooked. That is the goal. Stay forever. No, I appreciate the content. And if anything's ever bad and it's not like what y'all like let me know in the comments. Like, John, this video wasn't the best. Please don't do that much anymore. But if people like it, like obviously I have to weigh the balances and stuff, but I appreciate it. And yep, can't forget that old calorie bleed. No, you can't. What did you end up selling the Tundra for? I mentioned this at the beginning. If you're joining now, what's up? How's it going? Sold the Tundra for a little bit more than the higher end of Kelly Blue Book. So when I made the video and posted, I believe that I want to say it was like 53.3 or something like that. We're in the 54s for the Tundra. Not quite the 56.5 that I wanted, which is perfectly fine because I realize how crazy the used car market is right now. With one, it's like this balance, right? High interest rates, especially on used vehicles too, if you need that. So a lot of people that were offering for the truck were a little bit under, and I get it, right? High interest rates, it's hard, but at the same time, I do have value in this truck, so it's a very weird time to sell a vehicle, especially private party. It's a little bit nerve wracking, but I mean, I posted that video probably not even a week ago, and already have a deposit for the truck. I'm okay with how it happened. If I really wanted more and I really wanted the 56.5, I know I probably could have held out, but I'd rather sell the truck to a dude that I've talked to a few times on the phone. He seems super cool, seems legit, really likes the truck. He knows some of the flaws about the truck too, because I'm fully transparent about that, especially on the YouTube. So when you say 56 or best offer, right? 56.5 or best offer, you also have to consider like, how is this person giving me the money? Like, is it an easy deal? Is like I said, I'm a material person because I have so many memories with this truck. I was like, is it going to a good family and stuff too? Like, I just don't want the guy that's just buying it to, I don't know. You have to have a bunch of good feelings. So that's the good feelings I had with this dude. And the truck will most likely be gone next week. It was supposed to be this Friday, but we have some title stuff to work out. So it most likely will be next week. So few more videos coming on the Tundra. Anthony says, this is how you say, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Thank you. Plug-in electric hybrid vehicle. Where's the I? No, thank you. My Tacoma TRD Pro shipped from Mexico this morning. Should be able to finally take delivery mid-February. Heck yeah. Congrats. That is freaking awesome. And I hope it's super solid, right? Even though the truck was made in Mexico, like I said, this new Tacoma that I got, stupid solid. Like, the materials are the only thing that shows that it was a North American vehicle versus Japan, especially. I mean, I haven't been in a new 4Runner yet, but especially compared to my 4Runner, like, all the materials in the 4Runner are great. All the materials in a Lexus are great. So you could definitely tell the difference when something's made in Japan, not only for the quality, but for the materials. But I really hope your new Tacoma is stupid solid, because my 2022 out there is incredibly solid. Congrats, man. Edward says, I just sold my 2019 Tundra, purchased a 23 4Runner, and now hunting for a 2017 and up Tacoma as a second vehicle. I didn't hate the Tundra, but I was honest with myself, and the Tacoma is all I need. For sure. Big trucks are nice, right? Comfortable. They're great. V8 sure was great in that truck, but if you don't need it, I get you, man. And way to see that with yourself too. And your driveway or garage or wherever you put them is going to thank you as well, because it's not going to have a big old truck in it. And the Tacoma is still super functional for sure. I ended up trading my 2022 Tundra in for a 2020 Sienna. Talk about a difference of gas mileage. That is for sure. Didn't realize the bed. Didn't utilize the bed in the truck. With 2 kids and 2 dogs, I needed the space. Loved the hybrid system. Yeah, exactly. Doubled the MPG for sure. Because, dude, those new Siennas, they get in the 30s, which is crazy for how big it is. It's so good. Is there going to be an off-road Grand Highlander? I hope not. I don't know. I hope not, though. But you never know. They may. But I think if the Highlander itself doesn't have one, I don't see one happening for the Grand Highlander. Because Kia is trying to do that with the Telluride, right? But that's really their only SUV. But I don't foresee that for the Highlander. I see it as more of a urban family vehicle car, road trip car. Because they even kind of said that in the whole press release, talking about how if you're going, road tripping and stuff with it or around town for the family. So I really think that they have a driver focus on that car and hauling family and stuff around or friends, whatever. Someone got a good deal on it, especially with all those tasteful mods. Yeah, 100%. And like I said, if I really wanted to hold out for the 56.5, I'm sure I could have, right? But when I have a good feeling on it, it's especially some of the stuff that I've done in real estate, like most times your first offer is potentially your best offer. Like obviously shop around, right? Because I did have an individual that was interested in it and he's very good. I had a lot of good calls and stuff with him too. But the most he could do was at a certain amount. And I knew I could get a little bit more, and not that the money was everything, but that was before making the video about it too, because that was just from a post from Instagram and then the story here on YouTube. So I had to make the video just to make sure that I wasn't going to shortchange myself a bit of money. And I'm glad I did. I mean, he was a great guy. Maybe we'll work a deal in the future with the future vehicle. But this one as well, that's purchasing it. Super happy. He got a good deal for sure. I mean, the truck does have some miles on it. It has 15,000 miles and there is some documented issues, but it's all going to be under warranty whenever Toyota figures it out. But I'd rather get it sold and guarantee it sold, for when the Pro Tundra becomes available, just to not have this note on it, a Tundra, the Tacoma, Sequoia, because then they'll be like, yo, you can't finance these. You don't qualify. It's like, sorry. So I just wanted to guarantee that this truck was gone prior to that Pro coming in too. Picks up truck, jumps it. Enjoy it, dude. Enjoy it. Love the channel. Keep up the great work. Appreciate it, guys. Cool. So I don't really have... No, I'm going to be in Chicago next week. Anyways, so I was going to say we going to try to do these at least once to twice a month. Do it on Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Usually always works out. Maybe for an hour and a half every time. If the conversation keeps going, then we could go up to 2 hours. But I think I'm going to call it at an hour and a half here. I appreciate everyone coming out. Noah says, sad to see the Tundra go, but can't wait to see what you have in store for the TRD Pro. Bars. That actually rhymed. But that's a good comment to stop this all on tonight. I am very upset, honestly, to see the truck go. I am a very materialistic person, not in the sense, like I said, that I need a bunch of material things. I don't need material things for anything. But once I have something that is a material item that you have a bunch of experience with, memories with, road trips with the dogs in the back, like all this stuff with the truck, like it is really, really hard to sell. And it's not that I'm tapped out on this truck. Like this truck I could build it into so many different things. And maybe I will do another SR5 in the future or whatever, or build the Pro into something. I don't really know yet. The used car market needs to figure out what it's doing first before I go down that rabbit hole. But it was a great truck and it was awesome. And as much as the issues that I had with it, which really honestly weren't that much, like there really wasn't that much wrong with this truck for having 15,000 miles on it, having it for a year. Like honestly, for me at all, really. I mean, it may have seemed that way in videos because clickbait John, I guess, whatever. But I mean, people just have to know the issues. Some things for some people may piss them off more than what really bothered me. Really, the only thing that bothers me with this truck was the windows. That's really it. Of all the things, center console, I knew they'd fix. I fixed that myself. I knew that was under warranty. They gave me a brand new console, super solid. The transmission clunking, guess what? There's a TSB for that. Don't do it anymore. So tons of stuff for the truck. Wind noise is gone, at least in the back, but I don't know if it's just because I don't hear it because of the windows, but this is a great truck. Excited for the Pro, excited for new content for you guys. But I am 100% going to miss it for sure. Jurassic Mark says Honda has the 2023 Pilot Trail Sport now with skid plates in addition to an inch of ground clearance and other off-road capabilities. So yeah, it would be interesting to see if the Highlander does the same. I agree. I just don't know though, because Toyota has the 4Runner and Tacomas and Tundras and Sequoias and stuff, which Honda doesn't and Kia doesn't. But I don't know. We'll see. That will be interesting to see if they go down that crossover off-road rabbit hole. I know they're doing it a little bit with the RAV4 here and there, and people are building the crap out of RAV4s. Like they're legit overland RAV4s with rooftop tents and everything on them. And Rupert says, are you going to do some mods on your new Sequoia, like suspension 35-inch tires? Thanks. Not immediately, because honestly, I really want to keep the gas mileage pretty good with it. Because the moment I lifted this truck up and put bigger tires on this, like the gas mileage just went down. Like 15, 16, like it's still okay, but it's nowhere near the 21, 22 that I was getting with this truck, highway mileage prior to lifting it, right? So I do have tires that will be on the way eventually for the Sequoia. I have tires coming for the Tacoma. Oh God, I hope I'm not getting sick. I have tires coming in for the Tacoma, and then I have to wait a little bit, and I'm going to order some new tires for the Sequoia. I will be going up in size. It's not going to be anything crazy because I really do plan on having that as a road trip vehicle. And then the only real suspension that I will swap out on that is if I upgrade from the Pro suspension, like upgrade from the Fox suspension to something like even better than that. I'm not sure if I'll do a Westcott lift on it. If anything, I may just shim the front up just ever so slightly on that. I'll see the options for that. But as of now, just a little bit bigger tires. They'll probably be around a 34, not quite a 35. We'll see when the time comes for the Sequoia. So guys, I appreciate you all watching, hanging out with me tonight on Wednesday night. You guys have a great evening and crush tomorrow with whatever you got to do, work-wise, life-wise, whatever it is. Just get at it. And I'm going to check the poll. If you guys haven't gone to the poll yet, go to the community tab. There's 40 of you in here, 50 of you in here. Go to the community tab on my site if you would like, on my channel. Sorry, what the heck? Go to the community tab. I did a poll there the other day. Do you guys want to see videos every single day? Or like the majority, at least last night when I checked on it, people said 5 videos a week. That way it gives you guys time to watch other people's content. It would probably be longer content. It'll still be good content. It won't be half-assed in any way. But 5 videos a week with some shorts in between. I will definitely be posting shorts every single day. I want to build up my shorts archive. As much as I didn't like shorts at first on YouTube, the algorithm that YouTube has developed for shorts is significantly better than Instagram. It's better than TikTok. I completely deleted TikTok. It's so horrible. But Instagram is it's good in a sense, but YouTube's algorithm is absolutely great for shorts. So I've noticed that you need to build up your shorts portfolio. So it keeps recommending them. We get new viewers in and stuff, people that love the content. You guys can talk in the comment section and everything like that. So I do enjoy shorts. It's a way for me to show the behind the scenes kind of stuff. Like I don't need to do a full dedicated video. It could be like a kind of behind the scenes thing showing what I'm doing. And I do want to get to the point too where I can do quick little videos with shorts with voiceovers, because I actually really enjoy watching that content a lot when someone's super helpful for like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. And it's like boom, 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 showing things and it's all voiced over and it looks really good. I want to get my shorts to that point. So last couple questions. But yeah, to reiterate, just after this, go over to the community tab. Let me know. What's your favorite tire brand, Toyo or Nitto for me? So I'm going to go Nitto between those two. I think that was kind of your question. Toyo is I believe it's a partner brand of Nitto. It's like the brother or sister company of Nitto. But I like Nittos. I mean, I run them on all my vehicles. I do have not a sponsorship with them, but I'm part of the Nitto pit crew. And if I want to run different tires on a vehicle, I can, right? I'm not limited to Nittos. It's just, dude, these ridge grapplers on this truck have 15,000 miles on them pretty much. And when Ryan took them off to put the tire sensors in them, he's like, dude, these look like they have 5,000 miles on them. And they're not crazy loud. It's just, I don't know. The ones on the 4Runner are super good. They're Recon grapplers. Those are probably the ones that I put on the Sequoia. If I was going to try anything, I would probably try Toyo. I would maybe try BFG because a lot of people love the BFG KO2s. I would try them. I've heard good things. I've heard bad things. I'd at least just try them because they're a staple tire. But yeah, Nitto for me. And then last question, guys. Are you swapping the toe mirrors? Yes. So not these ones because the TRD Pro Sequoias and TRD Pro Tundras, if you look at them, actually, they have black mirror caps. So I was going to swap these mirrors onto the Sequoia, put toe mirrors on this, either sell this or whatever, or get different mirrors for this. But OEM from Toyota, TRD Pro mirrors have black mirror caps. So when the new Pro comes in, I will take the ones from the Sequoia onto that one. If I'm able to make everything work, then I'll just leave those on the Tundra. I'll document everything for you guys. But if I'm not able to make it work, then I'll probably just buy some mirrors and put it on the Sequoia. As long as they move this way and that way and however they got to move, that's all I care about. And the BSM works, then I'm fine with that. So we'll see when the new truck comes. So that's on pause until the new Pro comes in. I know it would have been cool to take these mirrors off and do all that, but I'm already having the window issues with this freaking truck. Oh, that may have helped it. Who knows? But the person I'm selling it to, they don't tow anyways. So I'll just wait that month for content or whenever the truck comes in. And then 70Ks on first set of KO2s on my 4Runner. Holy piss. That's awesome, right? As long as you rotate your tires every 5-ish thousand miles and stuff, I mean, tires they'll hold up, and make sure your vehicle's properly aligned. Because people that bitch and complain about tires, it's like, well, how often did you rotate them? Was your vehicle aligned? Oh no, I didn't. It's like, well, okay, so make sure they're balanced. Rotate stuff. I mean, it's just like cars, right? People will complain about Fords and Chevys and Dodge and Toyota and this and that and whatever. Dude, I grew up with Fords and Chevys like my whole life, and we had some Toyotas as well. My mom had an old Celica, and my dad had a Toyota pickup truck, which I wish he still had. That would have been sick. But you know, after we outgrew them, we had a Suburban with over 100,000 miles on it, 170 or 180. We had a 2001 Suburban with like 200,000 miles on it. My brother has a Ford pickup truck like that he bought from my dad that has like 280 on it and stuff. It's all how you take care of your crap. Like if you take care of your stuff, yeah, there's some lemons here and there and stuff, and there's some issues and stuff with vehicles here and there, but just take care of your stuff. So that's awesome, man. 70K miles on KO2s, freaking incredible. That is awesome. But guys, I appreciate you. Go over to the community tab, go vote, leave a comment too. On what exactly you guys want to see. I know what people want to see and stuff, but it just helps if there's extra ideas out there to spark some video interest. So guys, I appreciate you all, and I will catch you in the next video. All right, guys, see you later.